My friend phoned me like,
I heard through the grapevine that someone who knows someone else is interested in you.
I said, oh my gosh, like, who was it? Like, is he fine? Is he tall? What I actually said was, Jesus, why? Being liked makes me feel like I'm being seen. This entire conversation sent me down an identity crisis at like 1 o'clock in the morning. You have to be my therapist. I'm so sorry. This video is not sponsored by BetterHelp. People are not things.
Hello.
You can't pick them up and put them down. Well, you can, but like, let's ignore that for the sake of what I'm saying. Them coming into and out of your life can leave a big impact on you and them and your friendship if you started off as friends, and your entire friendship group if that was the dynamic before you guys even got together. When you get older, it gets even worse. You have a family and a mortgage and kids and a permanent job, and now the door is locked. Your decisions now affect everyone forever. Where there was freedom, there's now compromise and extra work and screaming and crying. But Alicia, like, we're not even talking about marriage and kids. Like, this random guy just said he's interested in you. I was not finished. Fears of commitment are a bit weird. They're triggered by moments, but you're not fearing a moment. You fear a time period, one that never ever seems to end. If it never ends, there's endless imaginary scenarios that you can make that makes the fear worse. You can think about everything that could go wrong in the short term, like heartbreak, embarrassment, cheating. But long term, it gets worse, like divorce, cheating, again, permanent children in the midst of divorce. All these scenarios are not the real reason you don't want it. But I'm not ready to address that. This is what allows you to delude yourself into thinking that your fear is rational. It's not something that's debilitating to you, but something that protects you from something else. But this is kind of silly. If your fears are justified by your imagination, you know that it's fate. The magician can't be a spectator at the same time. But at the same time, even if something's an imagination, your thoughts are based on real life. Unless you're picturing like unicorns or like you flying, those things can happen. It's like playing Uno and you don't know whether or not you'll pick up 7 bad cards or 7 power cards. You'd rather trust in what you kind of know than what you definitely don't know. It's also easy to fool yourself because fears of commitment are driven by something else. Commitment issues are simply a need for an exit door. You're not necessarily bothered by relationships or like commitment itself. You might even like it, like, or really, really want it. The concern is that one day you'll just start hating your entire situation, but now you want to leave, you can't, or you've opened yourself up to pain and suffering that you weren't expecting, and then you can leave. This wouldn't have happened had you stayed outside. So instead, you'd just rather stay outside. Fear of abandonment, however, implies that there is an exit door. Except everyone can walk through it except for you. Abandonment issues can't survive without commitment issues and vice versa. Commitment issues are a fear of an act. The behavior of saying, yeah, like I'm ready to lock in, bestie for life, bae for life. And somewhere along the way, you've been like, nah, like, I can't do this. You can't fear an act without visualizing a consequence. Or maybe this isn't the reason. I'm an engineer, like, what do I know? Like, I've done zero research on this. But either way, intimacy can't coexist with these fears. Even if you've entered physically, you're outside mentally and emotionally. It won't take long for them to realize that they're there or you're not. While I was rationalizing all my thoughts out loud, the fake therapist in my head said something so mad, it almost made me drop to my knees.
So what I've gathered is you tell the world that you don't like when people like you. You tell yourself that you just have commitment issues and that's just how it is. But what if I told you that
Your real issue is the perception that you have of yourself. You feel out of control when others are in the picture. You feel like you have no agency. You only feel powerful when you're alone. There's no one to contradict you, nothing with opinions that outweigh your own. You don't have to fight to be seen. You embody a persona that hates commitment out of self-sabotage. It's not about how they see you, it's how you see yourself amongst them that makes you think that you will get that treatment. You see yourself as someone who doesn't have control. So when you step into certain situations or you step into certain relationships, you think that you will be trapped when you're not. You're the one with the handcuffs and the key. You behave based on fears that your mind made to protect you. But now that the thing that you're trying to protect yourself from isn't there anymore, you can't remember why you're protecting yourself. So you protect yourself from everything. Even if it means upholding ideas about yourself that you don't even hold to anymore. Fear makes you forfeit things that would be good for you just because of the things that could happen, or so your mind tells you. But all you need to do is remember that you didn't begin with fear. You began with power, love in your heart, and a sound mind. Something along the way messed that up, and once you fully face it, you can't be held down by it. Does that make me feel any better? No. Am I stepping towards the right direction? I don't know, let me know. Also, disclaimer, this video had no research, no direction, just some 1 a.m. thoughts and some silence. Also, if you're wondering what happened with that secret admirer, like, I forgot to say, but